What's shaking, everyone? My name is Al the Geek. Welcome to another episode of Get Off My Lawn, where myself and one Captain Xavier talk about everything that is foam flinging related. If you haven't already, subscribe and like the YouTube channel, the World Foam Alliance YouTube channel. As I've always said, we are a nonprofit. Why? Because we have no money.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
if you could subscribe and like the stream, that'd be great so we can actually have money to do more things. The World Foam Alliance, as you all may know or may not know, it is the brainchild of a few of us. The idea being is that we all suck at marketing. If we can create one central hub where actually we can actually connect so many groups, people, and everyone around the world, around your own county, community, area, it's amazing how many of us are out there. We just need the tools to be able to connect. So that is what we do. As always, this is a bi-weekly show with myself and one Captain Xavier, where we talk about everything that's foam flinging related, whether it be projects, events, or the latest that's going on with it. Today, if you do not know, well, you will know now. We do have a guest, and today's guest will be one Dr. Flux. We will have him on here shortly. But yeah, we're excited to have him. He is a longtime friend of ours, and then we'll be able to find out the fun things he's doing, and some other things probably as well. Other than that, what have I been doing? Usually for me, this is convention season. Now, this year there will be a slight change. I will not be doing two of the conventions that I normally do every year. Part of it is just the way things have been going. And it's not because I'm out, I'll never do them again. It is a short reprieve as things kind of realign or adjust. What does that mean? When the economy is better, it's easier to invest in a convention as opposed to putting a lot of money out there and not making a lot of money back. So I will not be at KatsuCon or AwesomeCon if you're in the DC area or planning to travel, but I still exist and am still here. And if you did not know, yeah, my Etsy store is dead, but that's okay. I now sell through Moose Mod Shop and as well as Containment Crew, and we'll probably be adding more people as I go along, as it works out. It's kind of an experiment, and so far it's been working pretty good, and it's been fun. Um, the other thing I've been doing is trying to revive a couple of master keys. I think it's just because I finally put the proper lug on a Strife X and then realizing, you know what, I can do this again. So I've been playing around with a lot of those. But otherwise, I think like many other people, waiting to see what pops out in the what the major, well, yeah, what the new products will be, who's making what, when it's going to come out, and then all the fun and crazy things we do with that. Now, in the meantime, like I said, it's not just me. We have one Captain Xavier. Cap, what's shaking, brother? How are you?
I forgot to mail a thing. This is a piece of the blaster that I donated for the socks thing. I had to slightly disassemble it to get it in the box, and I missed a part. So if you're watching, which I highly doubt, I will get this shipped out. Other than that, I just got back from Arizona, my trip to Arizona, nerfed with the Arizona folks, because in Phoenix, they nerf in January when it's 60 degrees, rather than the summer when it's 115, which is just good planning on their part. Loads of fun was had. I took my bison, and it served me well. The downside was the darts I was shooting were the Black Adventure Force, because that's all we could find in any of the stores. Apparently, most stores don't carry half darts anymore. Well, it was either that or the one half darts we could find. We found siren darts all over the place, but they're
Really?
like $10 for 20, which is highway robbery. So we didn't get them, and as a result, I had no idea where my darts were going. Could not see them at all. So luckily, the Bison has slam fire and basically an infinite ammo hack. So, yeah, that was fun. And then later, I switched to my pew pew and was absolutely baffled by the fact that the darts go exactly where you point them. I was not ready for how accurate it was, and neither were the other players. Apparently, they'd gotten used to me not being able to hit the broadside of a barn, and then out came the pew pew, and I'm just, oh, and you're all tagged. Fun was had.
So are you saying that the Bison is not that accurate, or was it the darts?
I just couldn't see where the darts were going. So
I got you.
But it's apparently quite accurate if you know where the darts are going. So I didn't have any. I think I took the optic off of it, for reasons, and yeah. And apparently elite darts are coming back, so that's neat.
Really?
That's the rumor. That's what General Stife is claiming.
Interesting. Wow, who got fired for that one then?
Probably because N1 flopped horrifically.
What? No.
What?
No. What? No. Genius. It was great. This is all conjecture. This is all wonderful.
it would be lovely if it was true. Because yeah, I saw some pictures from one of the toy fairs. Looking at the blasters, going, those look an awful lot like Elite darts rather than N1 darts. And that shoulder mounted thing looks super cool. I hope it is awesome. If that thing fires Mega XL, I will forgive Hasbro a couple of their sins. Not all of them. Their sins are manifest, but a couple of them. Yeah, I have not been out here in a while. I've been working on other things. It's been cold and damp and miserable. But I knew I definitely had not been out here in too long, because when I came out here, the surface of my workbench had mildewed.
Oh my.
That's how damp it is here in the Pacific Northwest.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like you live in a rainforest, man.
It's weird. It's weird.
It is.
How's the weather there?
Weird.
I hear there was a storm.
So we get previous to last year, which is still not normal. It was like 2 years where we barely got like a quarter inch of snow. And last year we have a storm. I always laugh because I bought a snowblower and people are like, you live in Virginia, what do you need a snowblower for? I said, because even though it doesn't snow often, when it snows, it snows. And what does that mean? It's more than 6 inches. It's usually somewhere between 10 to 32 inches since I've been here. Which also means, says the Canadian, I shoveled my whole life. I'm getting old. Things are broken, and I can afford a snowblower. So I have a snowblower. So, yeah, we got about 7 inches of snow. But then on top of it, which confounded everything, was 3 inches of sleet. What does that mean? On the Sunday, with my snowblower, I was able to do my driveway, because I live in a cul-de-sac. So I did the whole sidewalk in the cul-de-sac and myself and 5 neighbors in about 2 hours, because I got a heavy-duty snowblower, just hit it and go and run. Now, it snowed again, but I figured the next day it'll power through that, right? No. My snowblower would hit it and then just go and right up on top, which then meant you had to break it apart and then snowblow it. Break it apart and then snowblow it. So in 5 hours, I did one driveway, which was mine. And it's stupid cold. And yes, I was born and raised in Canada, and I used to be used to the cold, but I'm getting old, man, and the cold sucks because we're about 10 degrees below normal. And yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
But you can ask me how I really feel about it if you want.
We've gotten no snow here. We barely got frost. And so that's, if it's going to be this miserable, I would rather have snow. I grew up in Minnesota and Idaho. I like snow, but I get no snow here. I did go back and visit the Nome over Christmas, and there was something that vaguely resembled snow. Somebody asked, with so much mildew, does it get inside blasters and equipment? Oh, yeah, it gets everywhere. I had a pair of scissors that mildewed. How does that work? Which I keep my really nice blasters, basically anything that's got green board in it. So my FDL 3s, my really nice blasters, they stay in the house where it's dry. I don't leave them out here because they'd quit working.
Yep.
A storm in England.
What?
Apparently there was a storm in England. Most of the country was snowed in, and in my city was a small drizzle. What does it take to get snowed in England? A half an inch?
Oh, seriously. But the one thing I will
Texas,
caveat.
the light dusting and the whole state just shuts down.
Well, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Well, look what happened in like Nashville. So we were lucky. We never lose power. We didn't lose power. But like Nashville, I don't know how many days they're on with like no power, which is just unreal. Yeah, 5 days, no power. It's like, so I'm bitching, but honestly, it could have been so much worse. So I'm good. I will not complain too much. Just enough. Therefore, I qualify as like grumpy old dude, but I don't want to be miserable dumbass. If that's measurable, I guess we should develop a scale one day.
We should.
It'll be a graphic. So today, what is Al on the scale?
What is the standard unit of measurement of grumpiness?
Yes.
He's 20 curmudgeons today.
Interesting enough. So, like here, a lot of school districts were closed like all week, 7 to 8 days. Part of it is just because of the ice. And again, you don't have the budget or the machinery. And like, even though major roads are cleared, you can't get a bus down a road. Never mind sidewalk. There's no such thing. There's people walking in the streets. And it's slippery and people can drive. So yeah, why are we killing children? Well, because they're trying to get to school. So you got to keep them at home. It's a mess, man.
My mother's school district's motto was "Grass is green and so is clover, and we'll have school if hell freezes over." In all of the years that my grandfather was the superintendent, I believe they canceled school once, and that was because they could not physically get into the building. It had completely drifted under.
Oh yeah, like Toronto, different story. Like the only time we missed school was if the snowstorm hit right at rush hour, because then they couldn't keep up. Then the day was canceled. But usually in Toronto, it never failed. Within like 2 to 4 hours after the snowfall, everything was cleared and salted, and you're fine to go. But they also have the budget machinery because they know it's going to snow. Yeah, they're prepared for it.
Yeah. I get that. I know how, like places where they don't usually get that kind of snow, they don't have the infrastructure because they can't justify the expense. What are you gonna do?
I know.
Like here in Vader, we don't have a snow plow, so if it does snow, everyone gets stuck for the 3 days that the snow lasts.
See, that's what's the difference this time. Usually here, snowfall happens, and for us, it's never like an extended period of time where it stays below freezing. It's usually at nighttime below freezing. During the day, it's above freezing. We just went through a 10-day period where it stayed below freezing. So then the term that's been
necessary.
Well, that's Canada too, but like I said, different place, different thing. So it's kind of like, well, it'll just melt. Wait, it's not melting, and it's a substantial snowfall too. So it's like, oh. So the term being used here is called snowcrete because it is just solid.
Yeah, I've lived in a couple of places where it didn't snow much, but the rain liked to freeze, and then you'd get a half-inch thick sheet of ice covering everything. Like, I can't come to work, boss. I can't get out my front door. It's frozen shut.
Well, I guess we should ask people. So if you got snow and ice, how many of you were out nerfing in the ice and the snow? Like, have you? Well, yeah. Has anyone nerfed in a blizzard or in a sheet of ice?
I think the first Nerf event I ever attended, the first HVZ I was ever involved in, it snowed. I have a gorgeous picture of me and my lieutenant with snow on our hats and our shoulders, and they got a dart coming out of my Stampede shooting over the lieutenant's shoulder, who's got a sword and a very stern look. It was a great picture. Great picture. I think it's the banner on my channel.
I think that is. I know that picture. That's a good one.
It's a good one.
That is a very good picture.
We also nerfed in the snow up at Fort Worden, the first Fort Worden war we ever went to. It was, I believe, 5 degrees. And most people's electronic blasters quit working. The batteries were too cold. Most of us hadn't switched over to lipos yet, so the chemistry just couldn't handle it, and they just... Well,
speaking of which,
we're using springers, which, oh Lord, do they sting when it's 5 degrees?
Yeah, no kidding.
The first event I had a full mask, and I was so glad I had that. It would have hurt to get hit in the face.
That's like paintball, man, when they freeze the balls. But check this out. See, this is creative. Turn my Jericho into a snowball cannon during the snowstorm here.
Neat.
That man. Love that. I should borrow Andrew's. He's got one. Someone call up Andrew. I think he's still shoveling his driveway. Oh, that'd be fun, man.
Yeah, look up this Wolverine blaster. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, black and yellow. I'm in. Uh-huh. Hopefully it's pretty cool. That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Should we let our buddy on before he falls asleep in the background waiting for us to be on?
I want to take a nap. I was up way too late and then got up way too early at a dentist appointment.
Do you still have all your teeth?
I do, and apparently they're slowly improving. So that's good. No cavities.
Ooh,
Just a
see,
cleaning.
this is good. Nice. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, our guest tonight is one Dr. Flux. Dr. Flux, you can find him on the Pacific Northwest, like everybody else seems to be in the Pacific Northwest. But yeah,
All the
let's
cool
bring him
kids
on.
are up here, man.
Apparently, and it's just, yeah. Flux, what's shaking, brother? How are you?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me on the show. Doing really good. Just wrapping up a move and getting settled in and trying to relax a little bit.
How's that working out?
I did work today, but work's pretty relaxing. As relaxing as work can be.
I want to work it out at darts. It sounds fun.
Yeah. So, how you guys been doing?
Well, I went to the dentist this morning, so there was that. I scraped my bones.
Oh. Yeah. Me going for a checkup.
All the cleaning's done with that sonic pick, and I don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's better than the way they did it back in the 80s and the 90s, but it's still no. There's just no.
Yeah, not enjoyable.
Yeah, not fun.
Well, I guess to bring people up to speed, just in case those that don't know, one Dr. Flux is out in the Pacific Northwest, and he is working in conjunction with Out of Darts. He is there, and it's been a wonderful journey to watch you guys and doing what you're doing, and just in terms of playing. I love it because you guys are living the dream. It's the idea of there's so many of us out there. If we all just lived in the same place and had the same goals and worked at the same place, it could be so much fun. And damn it, look at that, dreams come true because it's actually happening. Which is great.
Yeah, I just said that today again. I say it pretty often. It's like, yeah, I'm working my dream job. Yeah, it really is.
And so then you've been there. Has it been now a year now since you've been there?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. So I got to experience two of the what we call the busy seasons. Where you got Christmas, the couple months lead up to Christmas. So got to experience that twice. So I feel like I'm now more of a veteran there. But yeah, no, it's fun because it's like it's during certain times of year, just like in the Nerf hobby in general, how you got your modding season, you got your season of where you do all the events and whatnot. And while I'm on it, I want to talk about that mall battle that you've been running, Captain Xavier. That thing's a blast. Love it.
Yes, it is.
It just it's really like broken up the slow winter seasons, like just to have a mall to battle in. It's been a highlight. We talk about it a lot.
I've said it many a times. The hardest part and probably the most important part about any event is the venue, and that venue is just so good because we're able to play all year long, and we're able to do casual, family-friendly games indoors, and we were able to do the comp out in the parking garage, and then we've got staging upstairs. So it has everything we need. It's got bathrooms. It's got infinite parking. And the company that owns the event runs the logistics. They deal with the tickets and the insurance and the liability waivers and all of that. We just show up and run a war just like we do at Borst, and the players just get to come and play just like it's Borst or Waffle. It was just so cool to get that opportunity.
Ever since I've been in the hobby, the thing that is just like being able to play in a mall has just been like my dream. So
have you been to Mall Madness?
I have not, and that's
gotta get to Mall Madness, man. There's no event like it.
Yeah,
but it's every other year.
I love. Yeah, so it's not this year.
No, it'll be next year.
Okay.
So there'll be no Mall Madness 2026.
Okay, so there is a good chance I can go to the next one this year. I'm pretty booked up.
Yeah, so
which I guess talk about what events I'm going to.
Yeah. So
first, tell everyone following along at home, because we're all in the know what you're talking about. Tell them exactly what that mall battle is and what it is and stuff like that. That way people have an idea. Otherwise, we'll go on a tangent and they're like, cool, what are they talking about?
Yeah, so before I talk about the mall battle, there is I guess to plug, there's have you guys seen the website with like all the events that people can sign up for their clubs and whatnot?
Yeah.
I know, where to play. I know there's a link on the Added Darts website. There's like a link to it, and you can see like all your local groups and clubs. And I keep trying to get people to go in there and check, because I get a lot of people asking, where do I play? What do I do?
that's what we've been wanting to do here at the World Foam Alliance for the last 2 years, 2.5. How long have we been doing this, Al?
Not long enough and too long.
So are you guys running a map, or is it the same map I'm talking about?
Well, that was our plan, was to have that where clubs could sign up and you could put in, where you are, and also just any individuals could sign up, and it would pair individuals. Like, here's all the individuals within this radius. If there isn't a club, start a club. Here's the people. Do your thing.
And so,
but we've been waiting for that website to get built for years now.
Well, this is based. It's a Google Maps. Like, this is a Google Maps doc. That's all it is.
Yeah,
and someone has all. Yeah. So, anyways, the event is it's run by Trackers. It's
Trackers in Portland. Trackers at the Lloyd Center Mall.
In Portland at the Lloyd Center Mall, and it's it used to be the old Ross, I believe. Was it or Marshalls?
No,
or
Marshalls.
Ross?
It used to be a Marshalls.
Yeah.
So 2 stories plus a parking garage. And they pay us to run their events.
Yeah, it's cool.
I wasn't able to go to the first one this year. I was sick. I had a nasty cold, and Sergeant Deplorable wouldn't let me go.
Yeah, he did a good job too.
No, you cannot come and sneeze on the children. Like, oh my. And I would have been dead if I had gone to that. I would have been absolutely wiped out. So I'm looking forward to the next one, though.
And
I am also trying to figure out
everything you do.
Yeah, that. And I sent my trailer down. I haven't looked. I briefly looked at it to see how badly they repacked it. It's not too bad. I hope. It's probably
a few of us chipped in. We chipped in and tried to help.
Yeah, there's a very specific way to get everything in there nice and neat. And I don't have like a map, a chart on the side, on the door. I should make one. But the nice thing is, at this point, everything I bring to those events has a bin it goes in. There's no loose stuff. Just
that's cool. It is a Nerf war on wheels.
On wheels, yeah.
Pretty sweet setup.
It is full. It is completely full. There is no room for adding more stuff. I could, unless I take other stuff out. Like if I took out some of the loner blasters or some of the game MacGuffins, I might be able to get more cover in. Alternatively, I may have to look into a slightly bigger trailer at some point. I have a trailer that one would fit in, but that's a big trailer to be hauling to events. Whereas this one it doesn't even feel like you're hauling a trailer when you drive this one. My big trailer, it's like flying with a parachute.
Oh yeah.
But it has a lot more room. I have considered doing a side hustle with the Nerf war in a trailer. Mostly, I would probably stick to corporate gigs. That's where the money is. What?
Yeah, just what were you talking about? Like birthday party stuff, or just people like, hey?
No, corporate events. That's where the money is.
Team building. That's where the money
is. Yeah. Shoot your boss in the face.
Yeah, team building. Yep.
Yeah. So if Out of Darts needs team building, Cap will come over with his trailer. And
no. If Out of Darts wants to run an event, they come here and play in my arena.
I know.
Which I need to work on that. I would love to do more. I think I only did like 1 or 2 last year, didn't I?
Yeah, I think I went to 1 of yours last year or last season.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have more this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we love playing at your place. It's
fun. It's fun. It's good stuff. Because it's all the people that are usually running the events or running the business or constantly having to deal with people coming up to them events.
Yeah,
and by then we could just
Goodman
play.
Has a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah, just show up, have fun.
Not have to worry about anything else. It's nice. So what events are you planning to go to? What's on your list for this year?
So the definites right now are Ragnarok Oktoberfest. Like that's a definite. And then
that's one I'm definitely going to this year too, because normally it basically conflicts with Mall Madness because they're both in October and are either a week or right after each other. And so I've decided in the years that don't have a Mall Madness, I'll go to Rag. So this year I'm going to Rag.
Yeah, and then the other one that I missed last year and I was kicking myself all year is Maryland. Like I need to go to Maryland. So that's another definite. So those are the 2 I know.
I'll see you at that one.
Yeah.
I feel like not go to Maryland this year because I went to Maryland and Survival Fest last year. and I want to alternate what events I go to get to different events. Rochester's been trying to get me to come to one of their events forever. Indiana's been trying to get me to go to one of their events. I think Colorado or Utah keep inviting me. One I am definitely going to this year is the HVZ outside of Milwaukee, because it's about an hour and a half from the root beer museum.
Okay.
But of course there's that, man.
Yeah, I almost went this year, but I only had 2 weeks notice. And you're like, I cannot fly to Milwaukee on 2 weeks notice.
No.
I didn't have it in the budget. So
I'm definitely with Flux because last year was my first rag and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So it is now on my list for this year as well. I will make it out to that one for sure. Well, as always, that is the plan. It's only February. Let's see what the year brings. But right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to that one. Mayhem for me is also a no-brainer because I just drive there. And and luckily, man. And luckily I have nothing else planned that weekend. Originally, the first weekend would have been a problem because I'm going to be in Europe. But now that it's on the weekend that it's not, I am here, which is great. But that's also why I will not be going to Survival Fest because when Survival Fest happens, I should be in Croatia. So, Mayhem, I will be there, and I'm excited about it just because for those that don't know, have been following along at home and wondering, Mayhem has changed its format just because of location and with what happened with UMBC not being able for them to host the event there. So as a result, they have shifted. And again, if you don't know, they have a new location and they'll be running an HVZ as well there. And because of a certain adventure out last year at RAG, they have ideas, which I'm very much looking forward to incorporate and therefore broaden the sphere. So it should be a lot of fun, which is great. Yeah. The foam tournament is on the Friday. We have not entered a team. Part of it is because I think there's only 2.5 members of Mega XXL that are confirmed. Me and Nate, because we live here, and possibly one Maritime Foam if he makes it over.
Maritime Foam. Cool.
However, if it is determined that spots are still available, we may backfill. And now, since someone in this stream might be coming, and he technically could fit the build, man. You want a jersey? If we put a team in, what do you think, dude?
Oh man, that would be fun. I might have to take you up on that.
And that has always been the goal of.
I mean, just for the jersey, it's worth it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. That's always been the goal of Team Mega XXL was to be the team of the random team that everyone joins.
Can I run Mega XL?
You can run whatever you want.
Well, we don't care
as long as it's not effective.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I can run it.
We have a reputation. The annoying thing is, despite me wanting to have a reputation of us never making it past the qualifying rounds, we have never come in last, and I'm very disappointed about that.
Yes.
We always manage to win at least one round. You're like, how? Did they shoot themselves?
We may be old and slow, but we have ways.
All right, so we have some really good questions in the comments.
Yes.
What are our hopes for the big brand blasters this year?
What you got, Flux?
Well, I do have something. I don't have a lot with me.
Don't be showing stuff on the screen. We'll get shut down. Don't do it.
No. Quick flash. There you go. Toy.
No.
It's a toy.
It's a toy. It's a toy.
It's a toy.
It really is a toy.
It's an X-Shot toy.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got the shell ejecting little toy from X-Shot, which
you can show.
Makes
you
me
can
wonder.
Show
the shell.
I can show the shell.
Yeah.
I
am talking about the shell.
I assume it's not compatible with any other blaster that exists.
Yeah. So it's like it's got these weird ridges on it, which I believe we were talking about in the office today. I think it's so it aligns for the dart or the AR, so it works.
Okay.
Luke was already whipping up some files I think we might just throw them on the Added Darts printables page so you can print them out and test them. But yeah, so my question is there going to be more? Is this it? Is it just a one-off, or are they going to do some more shell stuff?
You never know. With that big of a back end, it wouldn't. You'd end up with a wicked banana mag if you put it in a magazine compared to the old Busby shells.
Yeah. So
It never
It
made
is.
any sense to me that like Nerf made the sledge fire and it was fabulous, but never made another blaster that took those shells. They eventually came out with another triple shell ejecting blaster and went with a whole different shell. Like, what are you even doing? You already
it's
have
real
a
weird.
shell. We already want more of the shell.
But yeah, I love the
I
shells.
just can't.
I know it's gimmicky, but a lot of
Ain't
it though
nothing
is
wrong
like
with a gimmick, man.
it's
Ain't
fun.
nothing wrong with a gimmick. It's not only
I'm
shell
always-
ejecting, it's also bolt action. That's another gimmick. There's two gimmicks in
Yeah.
one. Who doesn't love it?
Yeah, I believe there should be a multiple gimmick rule for game events. Just because it's kind of what we're doing here.
A gimmick round would be fun.
2 or more gimmicks.
Yeah.
I think with the shells too, because you can usually get those like the forearm shell holders. So obviously for real stuff, but then like for something like that where you get something on the forearm where it holds like 9 or 10 extra shells, it is perfect for the gimmick man and everything else. So yeah, I'm all in for that. I agree.
Yeah. I've always kind of been fascinated with the idea of the shells add a element to gameplay where it's like you're scavenging. You got to put the shells together. You're a little bit more cautious on spraying a bunch of shots because you have to collect shells. You have to pick up stuff. Kind of makes for a different gameplay. And I'd like to see games that kind of incorporate that, but because you always get people like, oh, now it's more stuff to pick up. It's like, well, you can incorporate that into a game. That's why I really liked was it Rag? That you pick up darts and you use the darts to level up the zombies. Like it's now a game mechanic. I like when part of cleaning up becomes part of the game mechanic.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
That goes back to West versus Zombies. That was one of the quests that the zombies got was if you brought in a certain number of darts, you got a raffle ticket. It was just a constant mission. It's also occasionally handy in HVZ, especially back in the day when we didn't have an infinite amount of ammo like we do today. Dart attrition, ammo attrition was a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
And in Rag, it's definitely a real thing because in Rag, there is very limited ammo.
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting. So I would love to see the return of Elite from Hasbro, and rumor has it, according to folks in the chat, that may be a thing.
Yeah.
So the big shoulder blaster, if that thing fires multiple Elite darts, cool. But I would love it if it fired Mega XL. And if it doesn't, we will make it fire Mega XL.
I don't know if you guys have any information on it, but I feel like they tried the Mega XL, they did their 3 blasters, and they didn't like with the numbers or something happened. It seems like it's
I don't know. One of the problems was they were all unnecessarily big blasters. I know it's a huge ammo, but there's no reason not to have a Mega XL Jolt. They did it with Mega.
I know. That'd be great.
And we did it. We just took the knockout and put a Mega XL barrel on it, and we proved that it would have absolutely worked. There was no reason not to have a Mega XL Jolt.
I feel like the LR Fold that out of Dart cells can fire. Yeah, it can fire a Mega XL. It's basically a Jolt.
Exactly.
Solo. It's solo.
Yeah. But, the small blasters nowadays, because we've gotten so good at making blasters powerful without them having to be huge. Because, once upon a day, we had, the Caliburn was the first, real standard super powerful blaster, but it had a massive plunger tube and a whole coil of K26 and it was getting 150 FPS. Now we've got, pistols that are the size of a Jolt that get 175. You're like, what?
Yeah.
So then I wonder also exactly if the Mega line could it be argued though when it came out was when they started, was that before or after their whole 2.0 where the Hasbro and Nerf really took a dive in terms of the crap they put out and almost
Mega was well
numbers.
Before 2.0. Yeah.
I know, but then it was sort of on that fine line where they began that whole we're going to change everything and went down that crap, and that's why it was easy to scrap that. Where they wanted to minimize the amount of ammo.
About Mega?
The Mega XL. Okay. When the Mega XL came out, shortly after that we went 2.0 and everything. So it might have been on the chopping block where some dumbass came in a meeting and says, "I got a great idea," and they listened to him, and this is the mess that we have now.
Yeah, their endless quest for a proprietary ammo to replace Elite darts is I will never understand it. Because even if you look at it from, well, they want, to be Nerf or nothing, they don't want to be, it's just asinine. because there are other proprietary ammos, Rival, Mega XL, Demolisher rockets, Vortex. Those are all awesome.
Yeah,
and,
really good.
And like nobody ever tried, like people made other Mega blasters and people made other Rival blasters, but nobody else made a Mega XL blaster. Nobody else made a Vortex blaster.
Well, here's something too, is I personally believe like the best ammo ever is Rival. Yes, it might not be the most accurate, but the thing is, think how many times you can fire Rival.
Right.
And
the ammo, it almost never degrades. It's easy to pick up. It's much less prone to jams.
At a hard wall, and it'd be like whatever. But short darts, you do that once. The short darts are almost ruined. Like yeah.
Yeah, there's so many blasters we have now that shred them. I've got Rival blasters with all manner of or foam dust on the inside, but the ammo isn't worse for wear. You can also huge capacity, easy to reload. Just pour it in.
Fun, easy. Hits hard enough. Like you can get some good numbers out of it.
Yeah.
Really good for CQB type stuff.
Yeah, and great, especially if you're doing fire, accuracy by volume, because things like the Proton Pack are just so stupidly fun. And Rival is unnecessarily accurate indoors.
It is, yeah.
Where it doesn't have to deal with wind and all of that. That's where it really shines. I love Rival too. Obviously, I've built many a thing about around the concept.
But I feel like Hasbro doesn't like it, or Nerf doesn't like Rival, because once you have a few thousand rounds, like you're not buying anymore. Yeah, they do get lost, but they're very survivable. And they want to keep selling you stuff.
They do, but at the same time, let's think about it. It's survivable to a degree, so you have a reduced amount of percentages. But at the same time, what happens? Kids happen. They lose everything, or it gets chucked, or it goes thrown away. But then what do you do? Like any other major marketing thing, you change the color, and suddenly everybody wants the pink ones instead of the yellow ones. Yep. So yeah, I agree with you. It's almost like what they've done is almost an example of when greed gets the best of you, and it's also when you almost establish the God complex, where it's like, well, we created everything, we can do what we want, not realizing that just because you did doesn't mean you can continue to do so and still have to adapt to therefore run it. It'd be like Lego, I think it's almost too much ego driven as opposed to understanding what's actually happening.
And that's why you do the #1 blaster brand campaign on your boxes.
Yeah.
Did that for a while.
It's weird. And then they don't, I will still never understand why the big companies don't lean into to our side of the I mean, I know why they don't. We're a litigation nightmare. But everybody's got a Nerf blaster, but nobody knows that there's games going on. Yeah, because Hasbro doesn't talk about it. Out of Darts, or not out of Darts. Dart Zone doesn't talk about it. X-Shot doesn't talk about it.
Well, I don't think there's money in it. That's why.
No, but there's an ignorant amount of money in it, because you have one blaster and you play with it in your living room. You go to one Nerf event, you've got 50 blasters the next weekend.
Yeah. They're just, I feel like the real business model of Hasbro is kid turns, 6, 7, whatever, or 8 or whatever. They buy them the 12, 15 blasters. They get older, they get some, maybe they get some Rival, but then it's just like everything goes to Goodwill and they move on, go to college and whatnot, and the cycle starts over when they have a kid. It's like, and that's all they're really doing.
Well, if they really wanted to make stupid amounts of money, they need to get Nerf leagues happening. They need Nerf like we have baseball, Pee-wee.
Yeah.
They try with Pee-wee baseball and PV, make it competitive.
They're Nerf ball. They try to do their own thing instead of going.
They tried, but they did it so ridiculously wrong. It's weird.
The three of us are old enough, man. Because remember, the what you just described with like the standard life of like Nerf blasters, the same thing used to happen with Lego. When you were a kid, you bought Lego, you built it, you got rid of it, it's over. Now Lego, it is beyond that. It is everybody and anybody.
Yeah.
And it is all the time. And I think blasters can be the same thing.
An interesting concept too is there was a time when adults playing with toys, Lego or Nintendo games or whatever, was frowned upon, right? There is probably about 20 years ago or so. There's a period where it was like, why are adults playing with our stuff? This is weird. And companies like Lego and some other, and Hasbro, surprisingly, embraced it and they're like, okay, let's make toys for adults. And so then you see Lego doing the Ultimate Collector's Editions. You see Hasbro with Transformers, like they have Transformers that are for adults. I mean, come on. There's like a Unicron that's like, this tall.
Lego makes Transformers now.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at, and then so Nerf has kind of done it a little bit because like you'll have like the Destiny tie-in or the Galahorn or like that's
Destiny
an adult
and
toy.
Fortnite and
Well,
Overwatch.
the Fortnite stuff I feel like is kind of still kid stuff, but yeah, it doesn't feel like Hasbro's embraced the adult side of Nerf, and that's where it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like there's some money to be made.
Definitely.
Why don't they have
that Lego does that? What I just said was the conventions, BrickCon, Bricks Cascade. Yeah. There's massive, officially sponsored Lego events all over the world for the adults because we've got all the money. But
so I used to be a part of the adult Lego. You know my story because I gave you my collection.
Yeah, I have your collection.
But they used to call us. Is this still a thing? They used to call us awfuls.
AFOLs.
AFOLs, yeah.
We pronounce it AFOLs now. Yeah, adult fans of Lego. Yeah, that's the official term.
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering if they recoined that or is it still the same?
User groups are referred to as lugs. So there's port lug and sea lug.
Okay. Now Lego's a great hobby too. Like it's. I still feel the tug here and there. I'm like looking at it's these adult, and like I said, they make these adult sets. They got the Back to the Future, DeLorean. They have the console of like the original Nintendo with the TV when that Mario actually moves around, and the Game Boy. Oh my goodness. So much stuff.
What was the mech made out of cats?
Oh God. Voltron.
Voltron. Yeah, they did a Voltron
that set.
thing. And
like I sat there and I held that set and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I put it in the cart. I put it back. I hold it. No, I'm not doing it. I put it back on the shelf.
When they came out with the Transformers ones, I was so bent because I actively, as a child, decided whether I wanted to lean into Lego or Transformers. Because I had a cousin who had every Transformer ever, and I loved Transformers, and but I couldn't do both. And so I went with Lego. And then for Lego to come out with Transformers, it's like, no, I'm not going back. I made my choice and I'm sticking with it.
You can't do this to me.
Man, that Optimus Prime looks good, and the Soundwave looks good, and the Bumblebee looks good, but I won't.
So then the other thing is we got the Hasbro Pulse. I don't even know what's new. Like I usually buy stuff on Hasbro Pulse. I haven't seen any Nerf stuff on there. Is what's going on there?
I remember being stoked about Hasbro Pulse points. I got free stuff from there because they screwed up and gave you triple points or whatever one time, and redeemed all my points before they could figure out their mistake.
But see, at the same time, Pulse,
which is probably why it went away.
Most likely, the Pulse stuff, like Nerf stuff, as great as it was, but it wasn't. And I think the M41A Pulse rifle is a prime example. You had the opportunity. Here it is. Make it, speaking of leading into an adult thing, because your 7 and 8-year-old are not watching Aliens, are going to buy the damn thing.
They're not watching Aliens, yeah.
No, and to keep it at that price point, make it an adult blaster, and you'd be selling that hand over fist, never mind what it's worth now. Instead, it's like,
that's what I was really confused about.
If the Pulse rifle had been, 150 FPS half dart.
Dear God.
And colored like the Colonial Marines, like actually looks like a piece of cosplay. Oh my goodness!
Yes,
but like why not? Why not? It's like
because they're still stuck in the idea that they're a toy, and maybe it might be regulations for all I know.
No,
there is that. They got the lawyer team,
but they've also done pro stuff.
They've
done 150 FPS blasters.
Why does that
I've heard stories. I've heard stories of Hasbro legal teams, and like basically they'll like design and make stuff, and then they'll send it through, and it's like, nope, that it fails kinetic laws, it fails decibel laws, like there's a lot of restriction, and which then the question is like, well, how's Dart Zone just producing 200 FPS crazy
correct
Mark IVs and stuff? Like,
Well,
do
it
they
might
just
be
don't?
that they're not marketing as toys. They might be marketing as sports equipment.
No,
Yeah.
they're still toys, which is why they're in the toy aisle, and it's because they're able to keep it under 200 FPS. There is ways around it and doing it. You know what I mean? And darts. Here's the other thing. So where I feel like Nerf, and we've talked about this many times on the channel, it's been the running theme lately. It's almost like they're dumping all their money into licensing as opposed to engineering or designing. And
Yeah,
that's
which
like
is-
Who's
that's
this?
all they do.
Hasbro or Dart Zone?
Where
Hasbro.
Dart
Hasbro,
Zone
yeah.
and X Shot realizing we don't have the bucks or the influence for the major licensing deals. So what are they
Yeah.
doing instead? It's more
Yeah.
on the engineering and the R&D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
the
half their
last,
R&D just comes from the hobby.
What was it? You got the Netflix One Piece blaster just came out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big one. And then I think I
The
saw
Dungeons and Dragons blasters.
I saw a Wolverine one leaked recently.
Something we were talking about that in the chat.
Yeah, so it's like,
Um,
and those are just, they're paying IP. Also, keynote, they're elite. It's like, okay, that's, yeah, they're going back to elite for some of those. And then,
Yeah,
of course,
so
you got your
Elite's
Minecraft and
Not
other stuff.
gone yet, apparently. So back to the original question, if we could steer this
Yes.
towards some positive.
Yes.
What positive things are we looking for?
Me, personally, it's the Vesper. Like, I just can't wait to
Yes.
see the Vesper.
Yes,
Yes.
brushless, pro level brushless blasters, more of them. Because we had
And
the
then
Diana, we
I've-
had the Lightning, now we've got the Vesper.
Yep. So, I mean, that just looks amazing. Can't wait to
Yep.
get that and play with it.
I'm
I'm
looking forward to
personally
getting my hands
working-
on one of those.
With Mr. Heat Pants right now to finalize I guess it's becoming more of an added darts version of the Vulture, which the Vulture is just wonderful. What it is a lever action, essentially
Lever
a
action,
cowboy
Tube
repeater.
magazine, yeah. It's a Winchester.
Tube mag. It's a Winchester, yeah, but
But-
it doesn't take the shells.
Doesn't take shells.
Yeah, so that way it's a little bit more practical for games and stuff, because we love the shells, but there are points where it's like, okay, let's just not use shells right now. So that's where it has it fits that really well.
Yeah. I'd
And
love to get my hands on
apparently
one of those too.
you can build them out to hit pretty hard. Like, we're talking, close to 300 FPS. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a really, really amazing blaster. It has a bit of CNC stuff inside, and we're hoping to launch this at Added Darts probably within a month or two. Like, we're really trying to finalize everything. So when we launch, you get your build guide, you got your tips and tricks, your support, like all the support you can when you launch a blaster. So
Me in on
I'm
the
really
list for that one.
yeah,
Yes, please.
definitely. But yeah, me personally, that's one of my most exciting blasters that, from the hobby, from the community, from, Added Arts that we're launching.
As it happens, what
it's-
I was going to say is I would like to see a lever action blaster from Dart
Yeah.
Zone or from Worker.
Yeah.
Because we know they can do it.
Yeah. I mean,
But I would
I
much
just
rather
wanting
have
a
one that's
short dart.
injection molded than 3D printed.
Yeah.
Because 3D printing is not meant for end products.
Yep, that's true. So, but yeah, I want to see a lever act, like basically a Busby Sentinel with a stock and, better quality plastic that shoots short darts. That's
Absolutely.
all, that's all I want. Hits
Yeah.
around, 150, 200 FPS.
I support
Yeah,
that.
what I've been wanting for a long time was a good SMG, and there it is with the Vesper. So then we won't
you
have
guys
to keep
tracking
turning our
any-
pistols into we don't have to keep turning our pistols into submachine guns, and Lance will be able to sleep at night.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Do you guys know of
another
any
question.
other stuff coming, or because that's I don't know. I don't know of any other big things coming. You guys talked about
So-
some leaks.
Yeah. So
there were some Toy Fair leaks of what looked like the rebirth of Elite. It looked like more kind of cyberpunk looking stuff, video game
good.
future stuff.
Cool.
There was what looked like a 4AR blaster. It looked like there was a pump action revolver, and then there was some big old shoulder mounted thing.
Yeah,
Which, with our luck, is probably either a shell firing shotgun thing, but it would probably be child's play to make it fire Mega XL
yeah.
because it's got a big old muzzle. You're like, ugh. If that was an internal magazine Mega XL shoulder powered pump action thing, you're like, oh my God, Hasbro's pulled their head out of their posterior and made something cool again. Which means it probably isn't the case, but you never know. Hope springs eternal.
And I know I saw it somewhere, and it might have been General Strife that leaked it, but I think, and I could be wrong, because you know what? I'm old, brain tumor, and I'm better now. But anyways, the reworked of the Nexus Pro X. I think there's a version 2 coming.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I mean, I like the Nexus Pro X. I think it's amazing.
I know. So another version, or I could have dreamt that, which is also quite possible. So we shall see.
Yeah,
what
it only makes sense. I mean,
yeah, no, they'll
like
keep coming out with a new iteration every year or two of whatever they've got.
The Nexus Pro was their that's their lightning in a bottle. They've been trying to recapture it over and over. Yeah, and I think they did a really good job with the Solo too. I think the Solo was a lightning in a bottle.
Still my favorite blaster that Dart Zone's come out with is still the Tomcat. I love that thing. Everything about it. What?
I just said yes.
Yeah,
I was agreeing. Tomcat's really fun.
Somebody in the chat says they want to bring slings and addle-addles to the hobby. I can see slings. Slings wouldn't be hard. We did slings back in medieval recreation days, just using tennis balls. Addle-addles. We also had addle-addles that we could use to throw our javelins, and the range on them were terrifying. They really are something cool. It would be neat. It wouldn't be hard, actually, to make an addle-addle that fired like the old zombie arrows. The old zombie strike arrows or the rebel arrows. You could make an addle-addle that threw those.
Yeah.
And you could make a sling that fired, like the Mega XL rival.
See, this I can put on cam because it just looks like a rectangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those things are fabulous.
It's a kid's cell phone.
And like this too, yes. More toys.
Yeah. No, those are great products.
Yes.
Tons of power, affordable.
Completely.
And you can literally run you can be pretty effective in a lot of gameplay situations with just that.
It's still one of my all-time favorite hobby builds is the YOLO. It's just genius.
Yeah, apparently I don't want to steal Luchasaur's thunder, but he is working on a revision of the YOLO.
No way.
It's
Yay.
He needs to make it pump action.
It's fun.
Oh, there was a question earlier in the chat because we sidetracked. Someone had asked, how and why did you pick Dr. Flux?
Oh, yeah. That was another question I was going to bring up.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to have to pull deep for this one. It's really an online handle. It's a gaming handle, which a lot of us use. You just play video games or play either it's like LARPing or, D&D or some tabletop games or whatever. Mine was have had it for so long. I think it was actually from Minecraft. Because I think I made my first Dr. Flux character was, I think, original Minecraft right after they had full creative, and then they made survival mode. So it was right when they made survival mode, which is, God, that's got to be the 20 years. It's a long time. 2011, maybe 2010. Yeah, when Minecraft Survival came out, I made Dr. Flux. And then from then, it's just all the games I played are just Dr. Flux.
And it's a reference to the flux capacitor, isn't it?
Yeah, so it was kind of it's a multiple thing because I like soldering. So I was always doing I was tinkering with drones and 3D printers and that kind of stuff. So soldering, flux. I also tying to Minecraft, it's redstone flux. So, because I was a Dr. Flux in Minecraft where I'm just making circuits and stuff. So it kind of fit that. And then I think there's actually there's a group I used to listen to. It's Flux Pavilion. I think it's an EDM or some type of dubstep or something back in the day. And it's just I like the name Flux. Kept hearing, I was okay, I like Flux.
Anything was
kind of a mixture of those things.
We know that.
Yeah. It's unique. I've never met people who go by Flux, Dr. Flux.
This is true. I run into, I get a lot of comments going, hey, you've got the same name as me. And I have to tell them, yeah, my name isn't really Xavier. But a lot more people know me as Xavier than know me by my real name. And I've been using the name Captain Xavier for 35 years?
Yeah.
25 years. How old am I? I was 18 when I first started using the name Captain Xavier. I first started using the name Xavier when I was 14, freshman year in high school. Because my French class, you had to pick a French name to be called in class. And Xavier is a common French name, and it had an X in it, and it was cool, so I went with it. And then when I got into medieval recreation, I became Captain Xavier.
So how long have you been calling yourself a geek, Al?
Yeah. Well,
So
what's
for
up
me,
with that? How did you come up with Al? That's so original.
I know it's so different. So part of it again was like 2015, 16 when I started making this stuff. And I'm thinking, all right, I need a handle. So then I thought about creating a whole persona, being something different. But then I was honest with myself. I'm like, all right, are you really going to be able to maintain it? And it seems like a lot of work. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with Al. It's pretty simple and easy. And you know what? Maybe I'll just be me because it seems to work in real life, and I'll do that.
Yeah.
But then the angle was because again, this was still on the fringe of like, what do you mean you paint Nerf guns? I remember for the longest time trying to say that. People look at me weird and cockeyed, like, what's wrong with you? And so it was also realizing it was my nerd side, but I wanted to say Al the nerd and then Al the geek, just because the irony of, well, let's face it, I look like I was on America's Most Wanted and not on a nerd geek poster. So I think the irony of calling myself a geek, but then people looking at me and almost daring them to try to call me a geek in person was part of it. But it was also to push that we all have that nerd side, that geek side, and I lean into it and I love it. So that's how I came up with Al the Geek.
No, you look like you need to be
But my real name is still Al, which also means I'll actually still respond to it.
My whole life has been a lie.
That's good because I look at you, I'm like, oh, he belongs on a Harley, cruising across.
I remember when the shift started happening and nerdy things started becoming less nerdy.
Yeah.
When some of the University of Idaho football team players came into my IT office to have their Xboxes put on the network. And you're like, excuse me, gaming consoles are the purview of the nerds. You don't see
LAN
me
parties
dating the
are
head
for
cheerleader,
us,
do
sir.
you? Get back in your lane.
Yeah, I remember having similar thoughts. It's like, no, we get LAN parties, not you. You go get the hot girls and do your little frat parties and stuff. We get the LAN parties.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever it is you do.
Get out of here. Leave me alone.
And now, but then Gates came along and suddenly nerd became a little bit cooler because Gates is richer than God.
Yeah. People start realizing, oh, the nerds have the money and the power.
I remember seeing the breakdown, and they were talking about all of Michael Jordan's sponsorships and all of the stuff that he has, and he talking about, okay, because of all of the sponsorships he's had for shoes and for whatever else, he makes this amount of money when he takes a nap. He makes this amount of money. If he goes and plays 18 holes of golf, he makes this many $1,000 while he's there. And if he goes to the movie and it's an hour and a half, he makes enough to pay my mortgage and stuff like that. And then at the end it goes, and if Michael Jordan saved every penny that he makes for the next 500 years, he still won't have as much money as Bill Gates made yesterday.
It's
Checkmate, Josh. Nerds win.
Yes. Yeah. Well, doing conventions and everything else, man, there is one thing I confidently say. Nerd culture is the dominant class. Mm-hmm. It is by far the dominant class.
Lawyers are all nerds.
Yeah.
Politicians are all nerds.
Everyone's a nerd to some degree. Yeah.
Everyone in Hollywood, every person in Hollywood is a theater geek.
Because I knew guys that are into cars that they go off on stuff. They sound like nerds.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. You lost me.
That's the thing. Is anyone who doesn't have something in their life that they geek out about, those are genuinely tragically boring people.
Yeah, what are you going to do this weekend? Oh, I'm going to watch TV.
That's okay. The key to being able to be friendly with anybody is find out what is the thing that makes their eyes light up. What is the thing that they know way too much about?
Passion.
And just ask them, like, is it sports? Like the guy who knows the batting averages of the 1927 New York Yankees. That's geeky as hell. Who knows that kind of stuff? It's no different than knowing the specs of a Star Destroyer. It's not useful, but it's what they love. It's what they enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you can find that and go, hey, how about them New York Yankees? And
you ever dive down a particular nerd or geek kind of rabbit hole, and you find yourself kind of like, let me pull back out.
It's a little weird down here.
Yes,
I've done that a couple of times with math.
I was doing it with Star Wars of all things, because it's like a very deep and rich But they're going into like the composite armor of Darth Vader's suit, and it was manufactured by this company during a revolution with this, but this drilling so down into. I'm like, what? Why? I think it was fan fiction maybe, but I'm just like sometimes like,
Almost
okay,
certainly.
it's just too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be happy that Darth Vader has a really, really badass suit and he's awesome with a lightsaber, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't need to know all the details.
The downside to a lot of fandoms is people get very bent out of shape about what is canon and what isn't canon, and they make this change, and well, it used to be this and this, that, and the other thing. And I love that Marvel has given us the perfect gotcha for all of that. Is anytime someone says, well, this wasn't this and this was that. Yeah, multiverse.
Yeah. I play
the old 40K, Star Wars expanded universe, that's a different multiverse.
There's a lot of stuff going on in the 40K universe right now because they're, they'll like retcon stuff, and Space Marines, they're girls, and everyone's like, oh no, Space Marines can't be girls.
Yeah, it's Adeptus, the Custodes. Like, they made a female Custodes, and the hobby lost their mind, and you're like, but what I love is
they can do whatever they want. It's their IP, and they want to sell female Custode models. And
one, anytime they change anything in Warhammer 40K, they can just say, everything that you thought was correct before, that was all propaganda. None of it's real.
Yeah.
Also, one of the main entities in their universe is a mind-altering place called the Warp, where reality ceases to exist properly. Also, the greenskins can think things into reality, so I don't know what you think canon is, but it has no place in 40K. There is no canon. It
works because we believe it works. It's like, that's the universe we're talking about here.
If you paint it purple, it's hard to see. If you paint it red, it goes faster. If you paint it
red, it goes faster,
If you paint it yellow, it explodes bigger. The Space Marines discovered if you point an empty bolter at an orc and yell bang really loud, their head will explode, because that's what's supposed to happen when a Space Marine points a bolter at you and there's a loud noise. Your head explodes. I've seen it in stories. So don't talk to me about 40K canon.
All right, we should divert back to Nerf, otherwise we'll be here another show.
Yeah, what do we got going on in the chat?
Let's check the chat, and then I want to ask Flux about something.
Slings and addle-addles.
All the things. Andy Work is awake in Australia, so good morning, Andy.
Andy's awake. We got Blasters and Burgers out of Tennessee in the chat. If you're anywhere near there, go to their Blitzfire game. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, is that on your list of eventually somehow making it down to Tennessee?
Me, I've been there.
Who, me?
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, Captain Xavier's been there. I got invited, but it's just a matter of, stars line, and if I can get there, and
he threw a wide net. He invited everybody, and I was the only mook.
No, it looks great. It looks awesome. My thing is, it's like now it's really coming down to time. It's like, running business. It's like time it's not even really the funds anymore. It's really the logistics and the time. It's just like, man.
Here's a good question. What do y'all think about the stringers from Lidl Dynamics?
Oh, I love them.
The fact that they've gotten them up to like 200 FPS is insane.
Really impressed me with, I just built a Calypso. No, it was Calypso Pike. Yeah, I just did a Pike. I was like, this thing is just awesome. With the right bungee, you can hit real hard with it. And then you also use stuff where he'll use the bungees to basically use as a plunger system. So it's like, and that's just straight up like, what you'd see in a Springer, like some of the 3D printed Springers.
Yeah, there was one years ago that was a bungee powered pistol.
Slug thing. There's a Hyper. Yeah. There's he did a hammer shot thing, Yeehaw. Then he did the Piranha, I think. There's like one where like you prime it on your arm. I don't know. He did quite a few bungee powered things, which would use a plunger tube. And
I swore there was one that started with a V.
Wasn't Flak also bungee powered?
Probably.
Yeah. No, I love it though. But Lidl, like his stuff, he just whips those up so fast.
Yes, he does.
Really good designer. Yeah, it's just awesome stuff. I love it. hopefully when I get more set up here, which if you want to talk about my move, I've been moving Flux Labs.
Oh yeah, you've moved
Flux
Labs again.
Tell us.
Yeah,
throwing off the people trying to hunt you down.
The plan is to get the shop set up and do a lot more building. I just want to build blasters, do more reviews, and his entire library. Like I just want to dive in, just start checking out all his stuff because it's great. And the low hardware, because he does this thing where it's like if you have access to plunger tubes and stuff and O-rings and whatnot, you can use that. But if you don't, he's got creative ways to get around it with low resource. Like if you just don't have hardware, you can still nerf and still be pretty effective too, which is pretty cool. So really, really cool products. But yeah, I want to build it all, check it all out.
Nice.
So then tell us more about your move. Or is that all you want to tell us about your move?
Basically, I just moved into a bigger place. Yeah. This has been really good because my first place that I was in, that you guys came down to visit, it was at Bremerton, Washington.
Yes.
You remember there's a lot of stuff. It's big, Yeah. And I accumulated just this massive collection, just had a lot of stuff in there. And it started getting a little clutter and started getting it's this thing where you just bring stuff in, pull it in. It's just like, now you have so much stuff. It's like, okay, now we need to be mindful as to what we're doing. So I moved from there, and Captain Xavier helped me move into the next place. It was smaller. It was a lot smaller. And so I was there for about a year, and I basically was going through stuff. I was organizing, bag and tagging, like projects that maybe I was going to pick up later, or projects that I just need to let go, because I got rid of I had a lot of blaster shells. I had just like a tri-wall filled with blaster shells, just tons and tons of, because you keep them forever. It's like, I might use this for an integration. But the thing is, integrations, I've been doing this for 6 years now. I've only integrated 12 blasters. It's like, you don't have time to do all these integrations. So it's like, I just didn't need all that stuff. So I got rid of a lot of that. And then I've organized. And so I got kind of like what Captain Xavier has at his place, where he's got this, here is all my belts. It's like, a gigantic bin filled with belts. Here's all my Titan rockets. Here's all my Demolisher rockets. So I got everything sorted out now. Sorted out, tagged, labeled. And now it's just a thing of what do I do with it all? So I've been toying with the idea of, open up my eBay shop and sell some stuff, sell the dupes, maybe, next time, let's say I do a build, I'll build a couple, maybe sell one, that kind of thing. Just bring in a little bit of extra revenue. So that's what I'm looking. That's too. Yeah,
because I've got
so
much stuff.
I enjoy building. I'm going to keep collecting and building, but at this point, it's like I got to start moving stuff on, or I'm just going to get buried alive here. Unless you let me throw a Connex box on your property, Captain Xavier.
Absolutely, we'll bury it in the swamp. I've been wanting to do that anyway.
No, I'll stack it on your current one,
or put it on the other side of the shop. Keep the blackberries from taking over.
Yeah, so
I get
gotta do something.
No, keep going, dude.
Oh, and I did put a pic. That's the picture I showed you guys, where it's up in the Out of Darts warehouse. I have an entire 2 bays of pallet racks filled with. That's just my regular collection of just stuff. I don't know if you guys can show the picture, but it's just
show the picture of the rack.
I want to see it.
So are these the 2 skids? Are these the ones you're keeping, or the ones you're getting rid of?
So that's stuff that is, because I try to keep one of each, right? In the entire collection, I try to keep one of each, but there is a lot of stuff that have duplicates. And so I'm like, I don't need to hang on to all the duplicates. And then there's some stuff I just don't need to keep. Because you remember the old Flux Labs, I had entire, walls of Elite 2.0 or that's the house right there. My new place. The state of Flux Labs, that's what it looks like. So I did all those really cool, blaster walls and stuff. But now I'm just I don't really need to keep it all, So that's where I'm just trying to go through. It's perfectly healthy and normal for people to go through collection. You have this period of time where you thrift. Then a few people will be like, hey, I got a collection. They kind of pass that off to you. And but you get to a point where you have so much. It's okay, well, what are we doing here? Am I going to run events? Am I going to do hand out stuff? Am I going to sell stuff? So that's kind of where I got to do something, because
same thing
if I'm not
happened
playing with it,
yeah, it just sits there. So same where it's
Yeah.
like less of a space, but still I realized how efficient I am at packing and like putting it in shelving. And it was actually just Ben with the Maryland folks came over. I said, dude, I gotta get rid of stuff. And they always do a booth over at the fair, same
Mhm.
fairgrounds that they do their events at. And he came over and he has a mid-sized pickup truck. All right, mid-sized pickup truck. We filled the back and the back seat, and so it was just room for him and his wife. And still,
Yeah.
when we were done, it was barely a dent in this, where it's like, damn, I am efficient.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah,
happy
it's
to give it
nuts.
away because, again, it was so many raiders and rampages and things like that I'm never going to do. And I did for a while, but I'm like, I'm not. Never mind other pieces for master keys and everything else. But I knew, and I didn't have the patience to sell it on eBay. Even on eBay, what am I going to make? $5 a buck each. So it went to
Yeah.
them, and they actually dumped it at the fair because they always have a booth and they sell it for cheap, like 5, 10, $15.
Yeah.
And I love it because everything they make goes back into the club, which is my club anyways, and support it. So it's like perfect.
Yeah.
And as a result of that fair, we had 50 new kids like the next weekend, and they were running stuff that used to be in my basement, which was hilarious.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's getting used.
Yeah, I'm planning
Yes.
possibly for Borst this year, always bringing a tote of blasters and then just
Yeah.
a donation jar. Throw some money in it and take the stuff out of my shop.
Mhm.
One of the
Ooh,
early
man,
things I
yeah.
wanted to do here at the Makerspace was have an area for consignment and selling stuff.
Yeah, and that's part of like what I was trying to do with Flux Labs was I was having people would come and use the facility, and I wanted to have stuff that just here you can use this, cut it up, you know. So I
Yes.
that's why I collected like 14 Magnus or I have like I think I have like 20 Rapid Strikes and just tons of Strifes and
Oh yeah,
like just
I've
kept
long
grabbing
since
them and
lost
grabbing
track
them.
of how many. I don't even know how many inbox stripes I have anymore.
Yes.
It just because when they went down to like $8 on Amazon, I bought a half a pallet, and now I've got just a ridiculous number.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
I'm down to about 15, I think. 15 or 16 in box. I still haven't parted with them. I'm like,
I've also
all right,
lost track of how many hammer shots I have. I'm well over 100 hammer shots.
Yeah, you got me
Easily.
onto that. And I just started every time I found a hammer shot, I just grabbed it because I'm supposed to, because
He
Captain
said
Xavier
so.
has 47 and I gotta have 32.
They're just
But you actually do the
so-
bucket hammer shot game.
Yeah, I do. I do bucket of pistols, and often like I've had friends reach out to me and say, "Hey, I'm having a birthday party and we want to do a Nerf war. Can I borrow some stuff?" I'll give them a bin of hammer shots and a bin of old X shot darts. Just go ham, have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
I
lot
don't
of fun.
care if they come back in good condition. Just bring them back eventually. And they're great for little kids because even a little kid can figure out how to operate a hammer shot, and they're real hard to jam.
Yep. Pretty, and you chuck them around and drop them and kick them around.
They are
Pretty resilient.
durable.
So then, I guess on the same token, in terms of really like holding on to a lot of these things because you had grand ideas and plans for, and then minimizing, realizing I can't. I just sent 2 bins off to my buddy Nate, where it's like he's more a cosplayer anyways, and I sent him about 7 or 8. These are all half finished and primed, and right now he is on a run where he's painting. I'm like, perfect, you take him and you paint him. But
Yeah.
anyways, what I wanted to get into is, so the other thing that you're doing this year is Merge Master, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Tell us
Yeah, I
about
figured
that, and then Daffy
So
can
it
throw
actually
some pictures
just
up.
started. Yeah, so it just started. They offered a few different tiers, which is real cool. So this is actually part of why I jumped in. Okay, so I'm doing the 3rd one, which is essentially veteran, and this is just if you have if you have projects laying around, which I know between us, like we have a lot. We have a lot of projects laying around. This is basically a way to motivate those people to get out, pull that project out, and finish it. And so I've had one that I've been sitting on for about 6 months now that I really want to finish. This is a good time to just do it. So, and then of course they did the basic, beginners class, the intermediate class. They have the other ones for, people that want to do the other stuff. But no, this is cool. I like how they broke it up so that, kind of encourage people to finish those old projects. So what I'll be doing is I started this thing called it's a comical name because I like the old school ridiculous naming convention that Hasbro or I guess back before it was Hasbro, but like they used to call it like, so this thing's called the Rapid Ballinator XL or something, because it's made from a Super Stoker Monster XL. So that's the main body. You can probably show that picture. The big squirt gun. It has two well, I'll let the picture go up, but it has two Gatling turret things on the front. And so you got just a big, ridiculous squirt gun. Now, I had some of these. I didn't have this particular one, but I had like the CPS 2600, or just the big red one. I had that one, and it was just kind of like an iconic water blaster, water gun from my childhood. So this I looked at as like, man, this needs to have miniguns on the front. So I'm replacing the front, the two little spinning miniguns with the Dart Zone. If you want to put the next picture up. I forgot the name of it. It's not maybe V-Twin or
the V-Twin. Yeah, it's a little green minigun looking thing.
Yeah. So you want to throw that picture up? That's just another one. Super Stokers. There you go.
Okay.
That guy.
Yeah, the old.
The V-Twin.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
So I'm minimizing two of those. So I'm using those barrels in the front, and then I've hollowed it out to where I'm now going to fire two infinite pack streams through it. So it's a double minigun.
Nice.
And then underneath, just because we got to do some integration work and add more to it, I'm putting a Master Key XVZ, so the Buzzbee, pressure little rocket launcher thing.
Yeah.
Which I think I have a picture of that as well. That's like the little silver.
I remember when they were $10 at Winco, and I wish I'd bought out their whole stock.
God, I'd scoop those up. Yeah, so the little silver, that guy. So what I'm doing with that is oh wow, I've never seen that. What I'm doing with that is I'm using the old Super Soaker pump to pressurize that. So I've got it all wired or link it. I did linkage to where you can use that old pump to pressurize that tank. So I'm going to integrate that all together, and then it's going to be a double backpack, which probably going to use Jinko Megaworks. Domacheski did a tank, so I'm probably going to use his tanks. It's a couple tanks. They're like these sci-fi looking tanks.
Yeah.
Because I'm going for water gun. It's supposed to look kind of like water gun / that old school style of Nerf that I love.
Yep.
So that's the Merge Masters, and I'm just happy to have something to motivate me to get this done. And so now I want to get my workshop set up and the bench set up and just go to town, because it's actually already started. I think it started this week. So we got 3 months to do it. Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome.
I have a design I want to do for one of those merges someday. I have all the parts finally, and I think I have all of the skills and knowledge.
Nice.
When I first came up with the idea, a lot of the techniques and stuff I needed didn't exist yet. Or I had no idea how to get them. Things like regulator switches and how to make your auto pump turn off at the right FPS or PSI and stuff like that. So now I've done a self-pumping Titan, and I've done brushless blasters, and I've done everything I need to do to hopefully make it work.
That's cool. Yeah, it's just I like the fact that hobby's still cutting up stuff and merging stuff together.
Yeah,
and, Mr. Nathan and who does the work with Mr. Nathan?
Mr. Heath.
Who does the the Flywheel of the World guy?
No idea.
I forgot. But yeah, they it's really cool that they're doing that and encouraging people to get together and do the competition and merge stuff together. So I figured when he first started doing it, I was like, it's something I really enjoy. So I figured this would be a good time to jump in.
Yeah,
1 year I got to do it.
The hobby has changed so much since when I first got into it. It was still early NIC days, and I wasn't interested in that aspect of it. I liked HVZ. I liked public Nerf wars. Now they've lowered the bar so far for getting into high-powered stuff, because you can go to Walmart and buy a 200 FPS blaster for $20. That's insane. And so getting powerful blasters is no longer really all that impressive. When it used to be, it was hard to get a blaster to hit 100 FPS. Now we have trouble getting a blaster to hit under 150 FPS. You know, how do I scale this down so I can use it in HVZ? How do I get it down? How do I get my blaster to hit soft enough to use in 200 FPS comp? Those kinds of questions are just amazing.
And something I've seen at working out of darts is I get that question a lot from customers. Like, yeah, I love the Quinlan. How do I make it shoot like 150 FPS or 100 or what? It's like the Quinlan's not.
Throw the dart. That blaster is not meant to shoot slow.
Yeah, so I get it a lot. I just get this like, can we get this to shoot not as hard? I want to play with my kids. It's like, well, I mean, these are high performance blasters, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, buy a Seagull.
Even Seagulls, people are saying Seagulls are too hot, you know.
Oh,
they're asking to get under 100 FPS. It's like,
they're like, then why are you buying a high-end, high-powered blast? Yeah.
No.
But there is still an absolute world for integrations, because that's how you get something unique. That's like making it powerful is no longer the hard part. Making it look like something no one else has ever made is cool. And I love the creativity of shell integrations.
I just have a fascination for just sci-fi blasters in general.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. I love that our hobby is increasingly embracing the cheese, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't see enough people doing steampunk. I know you like steampunk. And
yeah.
I don't know why I haven't seen much of that.
I mean, probably because steampunk's a lot of wood looking and metal looking, and that's a little
I guess
realistic. It's up close. You're like, oh, that's ridiculous in steampunk. I'd like to see more cyberpunk stuff like what you're into with the bright colors and the neons and LEDs and things that there is no way to mistake it for a real weapon. I dig that. I also love how much we've embraced wearing bright colors. Like black tactical gear is so incredibly boring and gauche in our hobby now. Everyone's finding new bright colors of camo and colored vests and Scared making tactical gear for us. And
one thing I know I've talked to Al about this in the past is just the cosplay aspect. Like I wish it's just more part of games, like, because it's like I'm gonna be honest, like I tried to get into some of the LARP stuff when I was younger, and it's like it's a lot of imagination. It's a lot of like you got to memorize all these rules and stuff. There's something about the physical tag with a dart and just holding the MacGuffin, throwing it, getting the ball in the hole, like moving the life balls around, like the tactile and the real feel of the sport combined with, you know, cosplay and those type of gameplay. I just love it. Like I want to see more of that.
Absolutely.
You know? Like even to the point where we have the shield stuff. Shield stuff is cool, but I'd like to see, like, if you got, maybe not without spikes on it, but if you have an armor, like you can get tagged twice, you know, something like that. Like just something where it's like
then you've gone right into LARP, and now we have to memorize rules.
I know. We keep it simple.
The real question is, how complicated do you want to get to keep the game simple but make it more interesting? And that's a huge balance. You know, we rebalance our rules at Borst for how many ammo types we have, how shields work, how melee works, how blasters work. But I agree. I also love dressing up. I am a theater geek. I'm a huge theater nerd. I like the costumes because I did Medieval Recreation, I did Afterworlds, I did.
The shield stuff works. Just it's simple mechanic. It'd just be nice to see an armor mechanic. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just to encourage, like, helmet. There's guys that love using helmet, or people that love using helmets. But helmet, let's be honest, like you wear a helmet, you're almost at a disadvantage, you know. But I don't know.
Give me ideas.
See now. I would not want to integrate something like that at Borst because that's more than I want small children. But I could absolutely implement armor rules at my events, where helmet.
I'd love to play with it.
Armor protects you from one shot. That's a simple enough mechanic. It just takes 2 hits to kill you. We're all firing full auto anyway. But that one pop your head out and take it to the head doesn't kick you out. Yeah, I can get behind that. Absolutely.
Yeah, stuff like that. I don't know. I love the something to encourage.
Can you imagine the footage we would get in my arena if everyone was in costume?
Oh man, so sick. Because Andrew does.
Andrew does the Halo armor. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always wearing
Yeah,
Halo
Rocket.
stuff. And then John used to always wear a really sick
John was
outfit.
also huge. And I've got my mask as well.
I used to love that though. Like just more people in like full armor just going at it. This is really cool. So I'd like to see like some type of mechanics or mechanisms in games to bring that.
Let's do it this year. My events will introduce an armor mechanic.
Just do something simple. Like you have
just,
chest piece, helmet.
Yeah, any rigid armor soaks up 1 damage. Simple. But would definitely change the dynamic. Because you might be willing to charge in somewhere if you know your first shot's going to soak.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this.
I like it.
I have ideas.
Like it. We're going to get that. That's going to be fun to see how that plays.
You got different ammo types too. Throwables, Mega XL,
Yeah,
Titans.
we already have that. And we reduced it at Borst, but I don't mind having multiple ammo types here. If we had a difference between Mega and Rocket and go back to stuff being blown up. So Mega XL pierces armor. That's easy enough.
Yeah. Just to say Mega XL it'll take your 2 hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Right off the bat.
Counts as 2.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be
some
fun.
ideas.
Yeah, definitely.
I am. So when you say that, so I have a couple of ideas in the pipeline. And part of it is doing shoulder pads, but not spikes on the shoulders anymore. Well,
yeah, I like studs.
Different.
You ever see just the rounded stud?
Yes.
Yeah,
Safe. Still looks good.
Just make it out of Mega XL heads.
Yes.
Mega XL heads.
So.
or like the Hog Wild balls cut in half.
There it is. So I will there are a couple ideas that I'm gonna play with. Part of one is well, let's not get into that right now. But yeah, there are a couple ideas, and I like the aspect of actual workable, wearable armor that is not dangerous. And shoulder pads, football pads,
it's got to be something that can be adopted by the hobby. Like there are people like, we totally will run that. Like shields have been used widespread all over the place.
Yeah.
Like so something that's real simple that it just helps balance out stuff. Yeah, there's got to be something.
Oh, there is. We'll talk about this. We shall talk about this. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yay, brainstorming. All right, I got to get back on track here. So what were we talking about?
No idea. Somebody asked, I believe, somewhere in the chat, if we believe Nerf is better than airsoft or paintball. And my answer is going to be
things to say about that.
Based on what metrics?
Yeah, that's just it.
Personal opinion? Sure.
I mean, it's obviously the hobby that I've gone with. I've done airsoft. I don't think I've ever actually tried like serious paintball. I may have done something with paintballs at some point in my life. I tried airsoft, and I didn't like the people.
My whole thing is like just the creativity of, like, for instance, when we do events at your place, right? You got your bucket of pistols, you got your what's the town one?
Town.
Yeah, you got that. You have all these places. Some of those could be airsoft. Titan
ball.
These are all things that can't really exist in the airsoft world. Like these are and then stuff with melee and stuff with different game types and mechanics and I really enjoy all that stuff. As far as like comp type playing where you're just kind of running around and playing that style, like it's cool and all, but it doesn't that's not enough to keep me here, right? That's not really what I'm doing.
It's not creative.
I like
if you really want to be more of a weapon simulator, it maybe is more accurate. It's got longer range, but the fact that most airsoft guns have practically infinite ammo compared to a real firearm.
And they're just like laser
and they're
beams.
practically silent, or can be practically silent, which again is also unrealistic. But they're still a toy.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't get is the airsoft people like, well, just do airsoft. You're like, it's just it's a different toy. And a toy that I can't play with in as many places.
Yeah. There is that too. Yeah, you can Nerf all over the place. And with different ages, I noticed. Like,
yes.
Because like even at Boris, like I see there's kids running around that are 6 or
and they don't even understand the game, kids, and it's 8, just like, here, have a blaster, run around, and someone's like, they're not taking their hits. Well, quit shooting them and ignore their tags. They're just running around.
I swear I've seen people in their their late 60s playing with us too. Like,
at least
I've seen some pretty older.
We've had some 60s, 70s. We have a couple. How old's the chat? Who thinks they're the oldest person in the chat?
Actually, we have one guy in Maryland. He's there every time, and he's in his mid-60s or even higher than that, man. And he keeps showing up. I'm not the oldest one out.
Oh, it's just good. It's just very it's open and fun. So then that's kind of like where I take it. It's like you can have a lot of fun playing airsoft
because we have family friendly.
For me
events.
personally, it's the variety.
Yeah, we have full immersion LARP. We have comp. We have HVZ. We have all of these different things, and then the creativity that you can get with the blasters is something you also just do not see in paintball or.
Yeah.
But they also have their place. Like paintball is competitive on a level that Nerf will probably never quite reach. Just because the volume of fire and the rate of fire and the accuracy, and those are things that we just can't quite get. Airsoft is used also in some LARPs. And I've seen the big ones at like old industrial parks where it's 500 guys in full tack gear and ghillie suits and tanks and stuff, and you're like, that's awesome. That is amazing, but it's different.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Nerf is we don't take ourselves seriously. We know that we're goofballs playing with toys. And we attract the sort of people that are goofballs who play with toys, which tend to be good people, silly people, fun people.
And that's what I noticed too, is like when I'm playing, I don't even really think about, we're winning or I'm winning or this. Yeah. I'm really thinking about what cool stuff happened on the field today. Like, like that stuff just means way more to me. And like, I was focusing over here, and then here comes Xbox games flying through a tree, and like it's these stories that we tell.
One of my favorite moments of any event ever, and I'm so glad that it's on video, was we were playing Bucket of Pistols, and I'm filming, and Luke Goodman goes shooting by with like 7 pistols in his hands, just shooting across the screen, going
yep. Is this stuff like that? But here's the deal: who won? It does they could have lost. We don't even care. We don't care.
That's what I tell people at the beginning of every event is at the end of the day, no one's going to remember who won or lost. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, but they're definitely going to remember Luke Goodman holding a bucket of pistols. Going,
the other thing they're going to remember is they'll remember that jerk that didn't take his hits. So don't be that jerk. Don't ruin other people's fun, because it's not worth it to win because nobody cares who won.
And guess what? You're not coming back.
Yeah.
Really, it's just it comes down to priorities. What's fun? Like,
Brett getting tags with a box full of Caliburn parts. Brett getting tags with a bunch of bananas.
He played with a blaster new in box still?
Yes, a Strife in box. He just cut the box so he could put the magazine in and cut a hole so he could shoot.
Oh my God. Would I run that in a war? That whole series, like that to me embodies the hobby.
It does. I love that we came up with that phrase in my shop where someone was going, "This is a trap blaster." We're like, "No, put a heavy enough spring in there, brass that barrel, you get at least 75 FPS. I'd run that in a war." And we meant it as a joke, and Brett was just like, you know what? And then he'd get tags, and that's the thing, is it does not matter what blaster you run. It doesn't matter if you get tags. Did you have fun
bananas? Tag you with Mavericks and just whatever. The thing that drove me nuts was it the Busby Thunder, the revolver pistol that had its issues, the Thunder Shot. So I was just like, so he ran it at your event, and he was just like, he knew how much I hated it, and it had this whole like lore behind it, so he had to get tags with it, and I got tagged by him with it, and it was just the most insulting feeling ever. It's like getting slappers only kind of thing. Like, it's like, I got tagged out by that. God, Brett.
He took me out with Nitro once. The
Nitro,
car. He cut me with car. He ran me over when I had tear.
But that's just it. That's what we're talking about. That type of stuff is why I would prefer this over airsoft.
Yeah,
Can I tag someone with a car in airsoft?
It's interesting enough. So obviously, I get a lot of like comments lately, and it's interesting the comparisons. Well, like, why are you playing with toys? Why don't you have real steel? And so instead of arguing, and it's just kind of like sometimes it's like perspective. So I changed it back. I said, dude, fair, but you're comparing a muscle car with a go-kart.
It's not even the same thing, though. Like
And
it's
it's
like
kind of
people
like,
say it all the time. It's like, yeah, I go to the range and plank, like, but
yes,
that's nothing to do with this. It's a completely
correct.
different
It's
thing.
so
The one
usually
I've
when I hit it
pointed
with that, it kind of puts it in perspective where people are like, oh yeah, buddy, this isn't compensation. What you're doing is compensation. What I'm doing is just playing with toys, and now I've explained
Yeah,
to
it's
you
just like
the
whatever. It's
challenges
just
you're
so
having.
weird. Such a
the line
strange
I hit him
concept.
with is like, I mean, I've got real steel firearms, but for the weirdest reason, for some bizarre reason, they won't let me go to a city park and shoot kids with it.
That's right.
They get all bent out of shape.
And that's why I said I can shoot my friends. What about you, man?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then I've seen those comments in the like they'll say those comments and they're like, oh, you can do it once. It's like, get it, just stop.
You can. How many friends you got left?
Yeah. So this is a completely different thing. Yeah. Why don't you go play airsoft? Why don't you go get real guns? It's just over and over. I've got that comment probably 1,000 times at this point.
I get it less and less, and probably when Tier went live, when it first went live, and it went viral on every clickbait website on the planet. And some of them are very positive, and some of them, you got all the, it protects his virginity, and he uses this to defend his mom's basement. And what was weird is those guys got absolutely dragged in the comments for saying it.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I would love to have one of these to shoot my kids with her. My friends do office Nerf wars. Imagine having a minigun with a rocket launcher.
I mean, to see something like that and be like, ugh, like that's just, you're sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're just like, what a tragic existence. You have no whimsy in your life. You're like, how miserable. That's the other one is like, well, my life might not be great, but at least I'm not making YouTube videos about Nerf. And like, yeah, my life might not be great, but at least I'm not, trolling comments on YouTube videos about Nerf.
Yeah.
Where do you feel you fall in the hierarchy here? Person having fun? Person making fun of someone having fun?
Yeah.
Get back under your bridge.
Well, it's also interesting. These people make these comments, and it's always, and I've told you both before, let's be honest. If this same person that had these comments in their minds, as I tell people, we are publicly at so many events, and we welcome talking to everyone. I will happily welcome you, and you can feel free to give me your 2 cents, because I know for a fact, none of these little fucks will, pardon my French, because
how dare you, sir?
There
are children watching this stream.
Look at the three of us.
They do not need to be exposed to your filth.
Correct. The three of us standing there. Do you really think someone's going to open their mouth? I already know they're not. It's about 900 pounds of humanity. Yeah. We do not look like nerds and geeks, and dress us up in a different way. You would cross the street and walk elsewhere. Now, for the record, if you actually have the cojones to be the prick online, in person, I would at least respect you for not being a coward. Still disagree with everything about you, but at least respect you for having the balls to say what you say in public in front of people.
And then we're going to hand him a blaster and go, sir, I challenge you to a duel at 50 paces. And he's going to go, okay. One that I've said to the yappy little kids that want to try to, feel like they can shame me for some reason. I've looked kids dead in the eyes and goes, kid, I got a toenail fungus that's older than you that has a far greater chance of ever affecting my self-worth than you will ever have.
I like that. Yeah, well,
that's a sight.
It is. Lately, they've been calling me a 60-year-old man. Like, dude, I'm not that old, man. Come on, don't make me color my beard.
I've had people complain that the streak in my beard isn't centered enough.
It's evening out now.
It's starting to, but it is still a little to the right. It's like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've asked people, like, what do you use to do that? And like, old age and stress. What do you want?
Yeah, gravity of the planet.
Yes.
Heartbreak and years. What?
Misery and suffering, bad sleep, long hours.
I've had some
dealing with people like you.
I've had some replies I cannot repeat on this stream.
Yes.
But yeah, I laugh it off at this point. It's like,
yeah,
and a lot I see a lot of white knighting going on now, where it's like people just there's like you described, Xavier, where it's like, yeah, people are just like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so obsessed with what this guy's doing online, having fun with? Like, and then,
it's
a lot of that.
It's refreshing to see that, you know, people going, dude, it's 2026. We don't make fun of people's hobbies anymore. What are you doing? What do you do? Watch other people play football? How noble.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking to Luke about this today. I was like, man, just think, because we're talking about, because Out of Darts is it's a super cool business. Like, the fact that we can go to work and sell mod kit parts for blasters and really cool, you know, high powered toys and stuff. It's a really cool job. And I'm sitting there like, what other weird, obscure hobbies out there have places like this? And he's like, oh, there's a ton. It's like, it just makes you wonder, like, what other crazy hobbies are out there, you know?
Well, we've already covered a couple. There's like Lego definitely does. Yeah. Like I said, I went to a place called Bricksperience in Arizona that was like my maker space is what it felt like, and that kind of you're welcome here. It's fun. You need a blaster, the bin's over there. Go, you know. Warhammer probably has similar things.
That's just a huge one. I'm just talking about the weird stuff because I know people like collect what's it, like the Matchbox cars will do that.
Matchbox cars, RC. That's where I was going to go. RC is a huge and weird hobby. Like the guys who have, you know, RC Napoleonic warships and they do battles in ponds, and you're like, okay, I need a pond now.
Diecast metal aircraft in a 1:72 scale.
boat people, or also sports. I mean, look at
boat people. That's another one.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, what's the point of sitting here like making fun of people that, you know, are passionate about? I think it's just jealousy of passion. I think people are just kind of miserable and they're like, God, look how happy he is, man.
Yeah, and some people are just mad. Weirdly only happy when they're miserable, and that's just a tragic way to go through life. At this point, I feel sorry for me. Like what is wrong? Like, what would drive you to do that? I genuinely can't imagine seeing somebody having fun and going, I'm going to go be mean to them for no reason. Like,
part of it is also sometimes lonely, sad existences where the only reaction they have is by getting a reaction out of you. And ultimately, whether they know it or not, is justifying their own existence by actually the conflict that's created.
And a lot of it, another one that I know, and this is where I genuinely feel bad for them.
Stuff. No, that's spot on.
The other one where I genuinely feel bad for them is you realize at some point somebody told them they couldn't have fun anymore, and they unfortunately listened.
Yes. Why'd you listen to
that? And they're bitter about that fact because
you're now an adult.
They haven't had the snap that goes, wait a minute, I can just enjoy fun things. What the hell? Why did Dad tell me I couldn't? You're like, well, because somebody told him you couldn't. And somebody told him you couldn't. And at some point in our lives, we went, no, you know what? Roller coasters are still cool. Transformers are still cool. Cartoons are still fun to watch. Lego's still awesome, and I'm going to enjoy it, damn it.
There's also this weird thought that it's like, okay, if this guy's playing with toys, that means he's not doing all the things he should be doing, like, you know, paying bills and taking care of your family and paying your mortgage. It's like, no, we do all that. It's like, and then we play.
We have fun.
You know, we do what we want. Like,
that's what I get. So it's like, look at the old man playing with toys. And I said, yeah, I've been painting and selling these for about 10 years. Here's my shop.
That's cool.
Cool. Yeah, you know, other people are like, why don't you do real stuff? And like, my dude, I've had 2 trips through Europe because of this hobby. I stayed in a castle. I nerfed in said castle.
That's awesome.
Like, when was the last time you were in Denmark?
You know, I'm not trolling you.
Can you airsoft?
I have a life in a castle. Yeah, that's right.
No, but I did play on an airsoft field with the Danes, but we used Nerf, but also smoke grenades.
Oh, like there you go. That's cool.
Like you do.
And then we went to a school and nerfed there, and they made some very off-color comments about that.
The Danes, man, they will do that.
The Danes.
Oh,
they don't.
There's a question. There's a question here now. I don't know what this is about. So, Flux, you want to answer or not? That's up to you, because I don't know what it is. Foam-Mando asked about the
Cyberdeck project.
Yes.
The what?
The Cyberdeck
project.
Oh, Cyberdeck. Yeah. Much like all the projects. I mean, like I said before, my bench and everything got packed up, and I made sure to store all my projects into containers and label them and put them away. But yeah, all that stuff's packed up still. Right now, I think the last thing I was doing was I'm trying to figure out what the main, like, the bare bones system is going to be to power it. Like, I thought just going Raspberry Pi, but I'm like, I don't know, I might go with something a little bit stronger. I don't know. I'm just trying to decide what system to actually put in it. But I'll do more content once I get everything set up and start messing with that again.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool. So there you go.
Just Cyberdeck is just like it's like from Cyberpunk. Like, it's this cool little device that opens up and people do like net runners will go in and code with it and go and infiltrate stuff. I want to adopt it to Nerf to where it's like it's got all this stuff in it. Maybe we need at a game. I mean, I do content creation, so maybe I'll have some media management on there. Like, I can dump like an SD card on it. Maybe I'll have a 3S charger on there. Like, I can actually charge a LiPo, or, as crazy as it sounds, like, have a little soldering iron that comes up the side. Like, it's basically a device, a multi-device that can fit whatever hobby or whatever thing you're into. Yes, and it's supposed to look all techie and kind of like cyberpunk looking. So
I need to get back to building my own.
I like it.
King of the Hill game controller button capture the flag thing. Yeah. I started programming one, and then I got distracted.
What's so Maritime's been working on something. I've been seeing him
I was about to say.
Maritime's working on one. There's a couple
so what
of
is that?
people
Is that what he's working on?
Them. Yes,
because it looks like the Matrix of Power or something, or from Transformers.
It does. So he's making one, but it's going to be smaller and more portable. Yes.
Okay.
Same idea, but instead
cool.
on the bucket, more portable.
Okay.
So I want to design one that just goes on it's the lid of the bucket, and then it won't take up any more room in my trailer because I already have buckets with lids.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just have the button, so you can do just a red and a blue button, and that's pretty much all I want. And then you can do you can do a lot of different game modes with that.
That's something I really want to see, is a standardization of some type of smart.
Lord, what I wouldn't give for Dart Zone or Hasbro or Worker to come out with a game.
A game, yeah. Just something to help facilitate games.
There's one that I've been eyeing, and it would probably do everything I want it to do if their ads are true, but it's a subscription to use something you've bought, and I have issues with it.
I know.
Because they connect to your phone, and the phone is what connects all of... What?
I said we're modders.
Yeah, and that's what I've been looking for, is like, okay, is there
and we have enough coders,
a cheaper brand... Is there a cheaper brand that doesn't require that the phone app isn't a subscription? And I'm looking for something like that. But then I remembered I have a degree in programming, and I really have no excuse to not have just designed my own.
Yeah. Yeah, man, design your own. What the hell?
I'm working on it. I've got the Arduino.
Just do it. Everything comes down to time. It's all time.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, just do it.
Yes.
I love how just doing stuff online, influencer stuff. It's like everyone's telling you how to spend your time. Yeah, just do this. Yeah, just mod that. Just do that. Just shove that in there. It's like, how many people you think are here? It's just me.
Yes.
This one dude. Like, I work full-time job. I'm a dad. They do all the stuff a dad does and a husband does. And then I also upload content constantly. It's like, when do I have time to, do all, and I still do builds and I still do all this other stuff.
Yeah, but it's only 5 minutes. You can do it. Come on, it's not that bad.
I guess I don't need to sleep. That's overrated.
It's overrated. Come on, Flux. You're slacking. See, look, you could have been productive. Instead, what do? You're sitting on a show with two mooks for about 2 hours.
Yeah, you wasted 2 whole hours sitting here with us.
Yeah.
Just blathering.
Yep. Could have finished my Merge Masters.
Seriously, I know, right? Instead. Oh, dude, it's like it's so many things. Well, it's easy. It's one more thing. And the truth about it, not gonna sound like a grumpy old guy. It's just remembering in your 20s and 30s and your teens how much faster you absorbed information and learned stuff compared to now, where it's like, again, once you learn it, I learned that before in 20 minutes. I don't have the 3 days to figure it out now because it'll just frustrate and make me mad. Can I just pay somebody or get someone to do it?
That's like, it's really been irritating me. I think it's the thing as you get older. It's like I spent like years mastering and learning things, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't use them. I'm not part of it. And so then I move on, do something else. And then someone else is teaching me these things. And I'm like, I let them try to teach me because I'm sitting there thinking like, God, I know all this stuff. Like I can teach a class on these things, but it's just like, you just lose stuff. So it's so frustrating to sit here and have to relearn and acclimate to things that you spent so much in your life doing. It's just like, oh, it's just so far. It's not like a video game where like once you get that skill in a video game, it's like you just have it forever,
Yeah.
It's like sucks.
I get it. Oh, yes. Yes. Wait. Yes.
But yeah, I've been running into that quite a bit. It's like, then I'm like, because I want to learn 3D design. It's like, do I have the time to sit down for 2,000 hours and learn, 3D design in addition to everything else I'm doing?
Well,
yes.
I've managed to get good enough with Tinkercad to be able to at least make stuff now. Before I did everything just by slicing it up in my slicer and putting it back together. And I got really good at not knowing how to 3D design, and it drove Lance absolutely insane. Because it was like trying to forge the Mona Lisa using MS Paint. Yeah, it was an absolute monkey banging on a piece of metal with a rock, hoping it'll turn into a spaceship. The baffling thing is every once in a while a spaceship came out. You're like, what happened here?
Wow, it worked.
And now I know how to actually create shapes and make things. The biggest thing that I can do now that I couldn't do then is curves.
Yeah.
Craziness, man. Crazy. All right, before we run out of time, Flux, you want to tell us quickly about the new monthly show that Out of Darts is doing? I think it's great.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
What we call it, the Dart Pulse. So
yes.
Yeah, so really the first year I was there, we were going to launch something like this sooner, but I had to get like, kind of get plugged into Out of Darts, learn operation, learn how to run the business and how to do all the stuff, keep everything moving smoothly.
Yes.
So last year I didn't focus too hard on social media and content creation and all that. But obviously, me being with the team, like you got Luke's, a YouTuber, he's, tons of views and countless hours. Perry's very knowledgeable now. And now we got Luchathor there who, has done videos and content. So we have a really powerful team of YouTubers and editors and people with great ideas. And we're already, so the Dart Pulse came about because we're already doing all that work, right? We're already creating newsletters. We're gathering all this information for product launches. All that stuff is already here or at a Darts. So we're like, why don't we just put it all into a video and just launch it every month? Because it's like we're already doing it. The work's already done,
Mm-hmm.
And so that's all that is. And then in conjunction with that video, we then cut it up and then spit out a bunch of shorts and other media to just sprinkle, across all the platforms and just grow this entire thing just grow it. So that's really what the show's about. I did see quite a bit of comments, people going on about, because you got the Foam Nudes Collective, you have, back in the day it was This Week in Nerf, and and even I attempted like Flux Friday. I think Drac did a news show. He had all these attempts at a news show. And to be honest, the Dart Pulse isn't a news show really. It's more of this is what we're doing with Out of Darts. Here's some things that are concerning us and things that we want to bring to you, and then take feedback in, and all that kind of stuff. And then also because we're just kind of touching the segments are going to be, Out of Darts products, some community stuff, some 3D printing stuff. We want to kind of dabble more into the 3D printing hobby. So there'll be segments with that, and then there'll be a segment of community outreach, whether it's stuff that the clubs are doing, stuff with what our designers doing, merge masters, events that are going on, just something to touch base with that stuff, and then showcase a few. It's not going to be in depth like Foam News Collective or a news show that actually like dives into all the 15,000 things that are coming out. We're literally just going to grab like the top 5 or something and be like, the Dart Zone's doing this, Hasbro's doing this, just do a few. So it's like the way the show is like set up, it's like we're not looking to replace or take it. We're looking to create a new thing. It's something that's already being done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be monthly.
Yeah, more content is more better, and the level of production quality you guys are going to have is going to set a new standard.
Yeah. And so stuff like this right now, like how you got people on the show, you got people socializing, hanging out, talking, asking questions. We need more of that. We need more.
We need more collaboration.
The Dark Pulse is also like it's going to be Luke and I hosting it, but we're not like we could have other people come on too and do segments and whatnot. Really, and I told Luke this today. I was like, I really want this show to feel like kind of like the shows like the Daily Show or some of those old shows back in the day, where it's just like it's just presenting information, it's having fun, it's just like it's just enjoyable to watch. It's entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes a news show, like, where you're just like, here's what's coming out. This is a new blaster. This is a new blaster. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. I don't know. It's not fun. Like we get excited when new shiny things are coming, but really it's like, we want to make content that's like engaging and like episodic, and like people are kind of like, oh yeah, back in, season 2, episode 5, like, yeah, they talked about this build that blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, we just want to make it more entertaining and more of like a show, essentially. That's the goal. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, I was trying to get us to launch last month, so we do 12 episodes this year, but it's fine. We'll do 11. But yeah, every month, hopefully on the 1st of every month, you'll see an episode come out. And then from there, what's that?
I was going to say, you never know as the year progresses, there might be some special event where it's like, we're doing an extra one, whether it be Christmas or otherwise, because X happened. So yeah, 11 makes sense, but then there could be the bonus episode.
Well,
because Nerf just made an AEB and blew us all out of the water.
Yeah. To be fair, we did try it kind of with the holiday gift buying show. Like there's an episode we did. That's kind of probably the first Art Pulse. Like we didn't say it was, but it was just experimenting with, Luke and I on camera and just kind of yeah. And we want it to be a little bit more organic, where it's like we're talking with each other, we're hanging out, we're comfortable, and we're just kind of talking to all of you, and and I want to incorporate more feedback and stuff into the show. So that's where we're at. That's kind of a summary of it.
I think that's a great summary. I think it's a great idea. All right, we are now at the hour. Cap, do you got any final statements, comments, things, stuff?
No. I want to do more collaborations this year. That's something that I have heard from a lot of content creators, that the biggest way to grow within your niche is to connect with other content creators in your
have
niche. And we've got so many up here.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. The problem is, whenever I am around you, I always forget to film anything.
Yeah, we need to set up. We should have set up a time which come up and we just do a bunch of have a set thing we're going to do.
Yeah. No, you should absolutely, especially when the weather gets nice. You need to bring all your new blasters to my range, and we just plink, and we just sit there and talk about the blasters and the plinking and run amok in the maybe a round or two in the arena of, all right, we've seen how accurate it is. Let's go shoot each other. And we run around in the arena. Yeah. Stuff like that.
It's like when we got when the three of us all had our moxin out just for fun in the range. It's very organic and easy.
Just like that.
Stuff like that.
We're all geeking. We're literally geeking out. It's a cool, fun thing. We're all taking shots and having fun with it. Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Flux, what do you got, man? Final thoughts, ideas, where people should go, what you look for, or what they should not bug you about?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm consistently posting shorts and a lot of community posts type stuff. So yeah, just see what I'm doing over there. Comment on stuff. Give me your feedback. I'm going to get back into a long form content creation schedule after I'm all set up. So there'll be more long form. I know there's a lot of people that don't even they're like, oh, we haven't seen you for so long, but it's like because they don't watch shorts basically. But yeah, I'm doing it every day. So I'm literally making content every day. And yeah, check me out. I talked a little briefly about opening up a store. That will probably happen on eBay. I'll announce more stuff on that once I'm all set up. And then other than that, it's just Merge Masters and just keep plugging away. And I'm going to be going to every local event I can. So mall battles and Captain Xavier stuff and Force, and just keep going. Because I love playing and I love being out there. So if you're in the area, come say hi to me. Yeah, that's all I got.
Especially if you have negative comments, because he would love to see how you actually do in person.
Yeah.
But
yep, I'm this is a thing. Like, I'm a very head-on kind of person, which I guess turns off a lot of people. Like, they're like, oh, like if you're saying stuff about me or what, like I'll come talk to you. Like, yeah, tell me. Like, yeah, I really don't like you. It's like, whoa, why? What'd I do? I'm very approachable.
Actually, I had somebody who I had snarked at him for something they'd said in a comment. And it was unnecessarily mean. They'd said something that I felt was a dumb comment, or it seemed stupid, and so I snarked.
Yep.
And they kept that grudge for a while. And somebody asked a similar question like 3 years later, and this person commented that, "Oh, don't even bother. He's just going to say something mean." And I was like, "That doesn't sound like me." And so I looked up the person who said I would do that, found the mean comment I'd said, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know what kind of a mood I was in when I commented that. That's just a dick thing to say. So I apologized. And the person came back to the thread and he's like, I don't know what to do with my life. No one's ever apologized to me for something like that before. What do you, like?
Yeah, that is pretty extra. But, yeah, I mean, we're all human here. And we all have our bad days.
And I'm sorry. Like, I will hopefully do better. Like, my world has shattered. My worldview is, I don't know what's going on anymore. You're like, I'm sorry for doing better. I don't know what to do.
Love it. All right. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in. As always, Flux, always a pleasure having you on, man. Thank you very much for everything. You know how to reach him. You know how to reach Captain Xavier, and you know how to reach me as well. Again, coming up next Wednesday, we'll have another episode of Foam Zone with one Andrew, aka Dark Sweet. After that, there will be another episode of Get Off My Lawn. We do not have a guest yet, although I am trying to pin a certain 6'7" guy down, or however tall he is, man.
That guy.
Yeah, we'll find him, and I think we'll get him on here. But anyways, in the meantime, as always, subscribe to the channel, like, follow, yada yada, all the fun stuff. But do me a favor, man. Get off my lawn.
Get off the lawn. But also, to all of you watching, thanks for commenting. It gives us stuff to talk about.